Hello there, moin moin ladies and gentlemen, Donspektor here with another review, and today for you I have another set of earplugs. And today we are taking a look at the Happy Ear earplugs. Yeah, sorry, there's no model number, it's literally just called Happy Ear earplug, so we have to live with that as is. And yeah, we check out what this thing can or can't do. First, that's how this looks like when you order it. It comes in a small plastic bag like this much in size, and that's essentially it. And price-wise, this clocks in at like 15 bucks per pair, or I think 31.50 for 3 pairs. So definitively ain't cheap. And I mean, considering that you do get a small carrying case that actually does work for its intended purpose, so you just throw it in wherever, it stays shut enough, keeps it safe, and generally gets the job done, and while doing that, also being relatively easy to open. But again, for the price being, I think this is a bit too little here. Like really just this thin ass plastic bag, this thing, and it's not like with other things where the Sakati ear tips I looked at, or earplugs I looked at the last time, they do get additional accessories. Here's exactly nothing, and that is just a bit much. Yeah. But then let's directly go to a few other things that I have to complain here. And this is sizing. This thing is, I think, size S. Let me just open it again. Whoop. So you can see, I think this is size S. And as you can see, just directly by shape here, this is a bit of a unique shape. It's not round, it's not double flange. It goes for like fish shape, I want to say, almost. And it only comes in S, M, and L, and as we have probably learned in my bazillion reviews, it's not enough. You do need most of the time probably in between sizes like an SM, an ML, maybe an XL or an SS, and this is also the issue here with this one. This directly then brings me to comfort and fit, because, yeah, this is, as I wrote in the title, my go-to earplug. This definitively is the best fitting earplug for my ear for basically all situations, while still being comfortable enough so I don't need to worry about having ear pain after some time. I just think, well, this is a very personal, subjective thing with this one, because when we talk about comfort and fit, you see another issue with this one. Well, what is with the contouring of this stem? Why is it extruding here? Why is it having hard plastic here? I mean, I kind of understand why. So the actual pressure hole at the back here doesn't collapse and basically then would build up ear pressure. But essentially the problem with this is, or can be if your ear is not perfectly aligned, this plastic knob here will cause you pain. And while personally I don't have much issues with this, so I have worn this under a motorcycle helmet and in bed while sleeping, and I'm a side sleeper. I don't have issues with this one, but only when it inserted just right. If it is angled exactly the right way and exactly lying in somewhere in my pinna where it fits well, then I don't feel uncomfortable. But as soon as it's a bit out of proportion or out of angle, then yeah, this plastic thing here is an issue. And yeah, so as I said, I think you probably will be fine most of the time, even if you are a side sleeper, but just keep in mind this could be a potential issue here. And I think instead of going for plastic here, like literally ABS, that's what they write on their product page, maybe a hard rubber would have been better here. So they still keep the soft silicone on the outside and the metal here in the front, but maybe put a hard rubber piece in the center, so it's just not collapsing. And another thing that I would maybe do next time, instead of going for a convex shape here that you can see with the rubber like IBS extruding, maybe make it a bit wider and go for a concave shape, so there's less possibilities for pressure hotspots in your ear. Yeah. But fitment wise, generally this is fitting me very safe. It is not a sticky ear tip or an ear plug at all. It is relatively smooth, but also not ultra smooth. I would say like lightly sticky is the best description I can give you here. But it does stay safe if you're bicycling outside, if you're walking, even if you're jogging, or during sleep. And I'm often, won't say more active sleeper, so I turn around left, right, and even then it usually stays in my ear just fine. So fit is fine, but as I said, there's potential comfort issues due to the shape that they're going on here. And then next, let's talk about attenuation and usability. So this thing is rated at 25 decibels of noise reduction. And again, let me stress how it is with basically all ear tips. These 25 decibels are lab grade conditions. That means they are optimum. And real life, unfortunately, is not really optimum most of the time. So your knowledge may vary with earplugs generally, or with basically all products that do sit in your ear, where you need a good fit. And while I can confirm, I think the ballpark of like 25 decibels sounds about correct. There's definitely better earplugs out there in terms of attenuation, but there's also way worse earplugs. And that means generally for commutes, where if you're going just through day-to-day life, if you take a tram, if you take a train, just going to work, this will be fine. It will do the job just well, attenuating enough so you don't feel like it's a loud environment. But if you have a really busy road, where there's like trucks going over and stuff, well, this might still be okay, but maybe if you are in this busy environment, take a look at something that still attenuates something about like 30 decibels or so, because then you still could run into danger getting hearing loss over time if it's just that loud. Yeah. But usability wise, as you saw with the carrying case here, this does get the job done fine. So in day-to-day life, I really had no issues with this. And let me already praise the shape of this one. I do like what they went for here. This is definitely, I would say, more ear canal shape, which is usually, as you can see, a bit like oval and not just round. And that definitely helps with fit and with comfort, and especially even for medium or long-term usages. But as I said again, usability-wise, you have the issue with the convex plastic here, which is not the best decision in my opinion. And also something, this ear tip here, or this ear plug that I have here is already a few years old, and you can see it's slightly stained. Well, this is the one I regularly use. You can see this one actually turned really yellow. And you can also see there's a different size. Because we need to do a small excursion here into why I'm not using the size S. My ear canal is pretty small. I'm using ear tips for IEMs that are size S or even SS. And this is also size S. So originally I ordered only S of this. And it was too small, because with this shape what it has here, usually means it doesn't need to insert as deep in your ear as other earplugs or other IEMs. You can get away with a more shallow insertion with this. And the problem is this one just inserts a bit deeper and then it doesn't seal properly. That means I really don't get a good insulation with this one. Just because with the smaller size, I need to insert a bit deeper to get and seal, but then somewhat breaks seal faster because of my ear canal shape or whatever. So I had to order another set of earplugs, and then I went for S, M, and L, and I think this is size M here, and M fits me way better, way more safe fit, and yeah, it stays a bit further outside the ear canal, but also is more comfortable to me because I don't need to push it in that much. Again, when we come back to the plastic part, which I probably say the fourth time, this could be an issue for you. But the overall usability, if you get the right size, which I highly recommend if you look at this earplug for yourself, order S, M, and L, get all 3 sizes. What you usually wear might not fit you with this one. It's just a bit of an odd shape overall, and yeah, as I said, bigger worked better for me here. And that brings me to the verdict. So, as I said, this is my go-to earplug. I use this not every day, but let's say every second day when it's a bit more loud in my neighborhood here and I need some more, like, literally quiet to sleep. I use this earplug, and it does work pretty well for this purposes. Like, I use it for sleeping. I use it occasionally when I just walk around outside, when I know I just want to be a bit more quiet space. And it does this well enough. But then we have the issue that this is 30 bucks for free, 31.5 for 3 pairs, or like 15 for 1 pair. And there's no even accessories here. It's literally just this piece of silicone with a tiny bit of plastic inside. And they could probably have even improved the attenuation if they would have filled the back here with some foam. Or maybe you get an inlet with foam that you can just push over and gets in here. So maybe they could have even reached like 30 decibels of insulation. But as is, I just think it's a bit too expensive, and with the sizing and this shaping here, yeah, we probably would need an SM and an XL, or maybe even an SS for some people. And yeah, for no technology charging this price, I don't feel comfortable recommending this, even though it's my go-to ear tip. So if you would be curious to try this, as I said, definitely get SM and L, but then also don't expect the absolute most comfort, because yeah, this plastic piece here can be a deal breaker for you, especially if you are sensitive to that. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Questions, recommendations, or criticisms, please leave a comment. Donspektor out.